Azriel, are you ready for today's video? Are you so ready? Are you so ready? Azri, don't be like this. Hey guys, what's up? It's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. And today's video is the long-awaited review. Why am I running? Today's video is the long-awaited review of the Jeffree Star Cosmetics holiday collection. We have the Alien palette as well as 3 liquid lipsticks for you. We have Scandal, Karma, and Jeffree Who. And we're also going to do a full review of this palette. So if you are interested in that, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, before we get started, all makeup on this channel is cruelty-free, and so is Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and also these products are vegan if you're wondering too. So, the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Alien Collection, we are going to do 2 skin tone swatches as well as 3 different makeup tutorials, and we also did a makeup tutorial yesterday using it. If you want to see that, I'll leave a video link down below for you. But we have a lot to go over, and I don't want to make this video super long and drawn out, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lipsticks always retail for $18, and it's the same thing with the holiday collection. And then the new Alien palette is $52 on Beautylish, Beauty Bay, Morphe.com, and JeffreeStarCosmetics.com, of course. I'm not sure which one has it in stock, but I will leave the links to the shops down below for you as well. So this is the palette itself. I think this is what we're here for. I'll also review the lipsticks. Now I did 3 looks in this video using this palette. This is one of them, and I used each a different lipstick, so you can get a little variety of the lipsticks as well too. And I used every single shade in this palette at least once for this video. Now, here is the color scheme. It's definitely like more of a cool, kind of weird color scheme. I don't think I've seen anything else like this on the market. If you have, I'd love to hear about it. But these are the shades, and now let's go ahead and get to the light and a dark skin tone swatches of the palette and the lipsticks. So here are majority of the swatches on a light and a dark skin. We will finish up the other ones in a second, but as you can see, a lot of the colors show up pretty true to color. I do think that this color right here looks slightly darker than it does on the pan on me, and looks pretty accurate on him. They look really pretty. I love the shimmers. Alright, so here are the rest of the palette colors we couldn't fit on our arms earlier. I am blown away by these 2 colors right here, Space Cowboy and Probe. They're so soft, so buttery. Space Cowboy and Probe both swatched, like I could swatch it up, down, and go down forever, like wrap it around my arm. It's just so smooth and buttery. It goes out so far. And also the black and the gray, fantastic. So the bottom of this palette, quality is amazing. Okay, so here are the lipsticks. The top row is the new holiday collection. The bottom was existing shades. So here we have Jeffree Who in Calabasas. They literally look exactly the same. Like, exactly the same. Here we have Self-Control for the existing shade and Scandal for the new shade. I almost forgot the name of the shade. The new shade right here, Karma. And on the bottom we have Crocodile Tears from not last year's, but the year before's holiday collection. So on my arm we have Jeffree Who in Calabasas. As you can see, they do look exactly the same. We have Scandal and Self-Control, and then we have Karma and Crocodile Tears. Karma looks really cool, so I'm excited to use it. Alright guys, so what did you think of these swatches? One of my favorite things about doing 2 different skin tone swatches is that you guys can see how it would look on you, or at least like a little bit of a comparison, because I know a lot of skin tone swatches on me look very bright and vibrant, but when you hit a deeper complexion, like some of the shimmers and metallics on a deeper complexion look so pretty. Like Probe, the little duochrome, and Space Cowboy that has like 2 different color shifts to it, amazing. So if you have a deeper complexion and you're doing one of these makeup tutorials I'm about to show you in a second, and you do look number 2, please tag me in it, because I definitely want to see what it looks like on you. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the makeup tutorials, and yeah, hope you guys enjoy it. Alright, hi guys, look number 1. I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes with a little bit of concealer. Next, we are going to dip into our beautiful Alien palette, and I'm going to set my lid with Titan, which is the cream shade. I'm just going to set the crease, leave the lid alone. Now that our crease is set, I want to start off with this beautiful shade Abduction, which is a lime green. And I'm going to go all over the crease, maybe a little bit less on the outer corner so we can darken that up. But most of the crease is going to be this lime. Of course, you don't have to set your crease when you're using a bright color like this. It'll kind of make it pop more if you don't set it. But because my eyelid was so red beforehand, I did want to go ahead and set it. There is some fallout with the shade, but it's not a lot, not enough to worry about. The next shade we're going to is Flying Saucer, which is this beautiful color. And I'm going to focus this on the outer corner of the crease as well as onto the lid a little bit. Alright, so next color I'm going to dip into is Interstellar, which is this kind of cool silver-ish shade. Like it's kind of a different color. Like this is kind of like a white silver. This is like a champagne silver color. I'm going to put this on the inner lid area. And now all over the rest of the lid, we're going to use Alien, which is a beautiful bright green shimmer. It's so beautiful. Oh, and it's really bright on the lid. Yeah, I'm going to use this all over. I always apply these with my fingers, so if you want to use a brush, I'm sure it'll work because these are very soft, but I just prefer to use my finger for a shimmer. I'm going to go back into our two crease colors now and just help blend these shimmers and mattes together. Okay, so I'm having one tiny bit of an issue. I'm going to zoom you in really close so we can see it together. There is one spot on my eye, if we can see like right here, where no color wants to stick to it. Like the green color, the matte doesn't want to stick to it. I can get the shimmer on it, but I can't get that green to stick there. I don't know if that's my eyelid or what, but I do want to point it out because I feel like it's pretty noticeable that it won't, the green matte won't stick right here. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take that green of Alien because I just think it's really pretty all along the lower lash line. I'm going to take my finger into a little bit of the shade Pluto right here and put it into the inner corner. It doesn't look like a white, it looks like a silver white, but I do just want to give it like a little bit of highlight in here. Oh, that's really cute. Look how much brighter this side is to this now. Alright, so I'm going to go put on mascara and lashes. I'll be right back to put on a lipstick. So this is the look with lashes on. I think with lashes on it looks really cute. And now we're going to put a lipstick on. This is a pink one. This is Scandal by Jeffree Star from the new holiday collection. Alright, so this is look number 1. It may look similar to the Get Ready With Me video we did using the Alien palette yesterday, which I will leave link down below if you haven't checked it out. But I really just like the combination of like a green and pink lips. I think it's cute. So this is look number 1. Let's move on to look number 2. Alright guys, look number 2, and I feel like I'm about to rob a store, so let's go and get started. I'm going to prime my eyes with a little bit of concealer. Alright guys, so we're going to use the dark shades and do a halo eye for the second look. Now if you're not used to my channel, then you might not know, I do not use dark eyeshadow. I do not know how to use dark eyeshadow. I feel like it's very tricky and go wrong very easily, but hopefully this doesn't. So let's go ahead and start off with the shade Gravity, and I'm just going to set my crease. So next up, I'm going to go into the shade Tall Gray, which is this really pretty industrial gray color, and I'm going to darken up the outer and inner portion of my lid and crease. So just to clean up and make sure we have this blended, I'm going to go into Titan, which is a kind of cream color, and just buff it out and blend. I was actually kind of expecting the gray to be a little bit harder to blend out, but it's actually really easy and it looks very nice so far. So what we're going to now is Ghost OG, right here. And I'm just going to darken up the lid inner and outer portion. Okay, so I may be getting ahead of myself, but I really want to dive into Space Cowboy right here. So I'm going to take my pinky and I'm just going to dip in here and put on the outer corner. I just really like applying shimmers with my finger. To make our halo eye really pop, I am going to apply concealer to the center of the lid. This one's wonky, like this is not correct. I'm going to now go into Probe, which is this beautiful color. It is one of those blue-red duochrome shades, and I'm going to set that concealer. I'm then going to go into Interstellar right here and just top over that shade again, just to make it a little brighter. For a halo eye, I usually want something pretty bright, but I really want to dip into Probe. I'm now going to go back into Ghost OG and start blending all of this together. For the lower lash line, I'm going to use Probe all over the lower lash line because I'm kind of just in love with the color, honestly. So I understand a lot of you probably thinking this looks like an absolute mess, but I'm going to put mascara and lashes on, and then we'll come back to try on the lipstick. Alright, so my eyes might be a little bit red, they might be a little bit not good looking, but that's what I get for doing my makeup 4 times in 24 hours for videos. So let's try Karma. Okay, so let me show you the lipstick up close while it's drying down. I'm talking funny because it's still drying. So it's different than I thought it'd be. It's like more a little bit of a brown. It's like a weird green brown, not just like a ivy green, which I kind of expected it to be. It's pretty cool though, and I feel really awesome. I feel very pale though. Other than that, I think this finished look looks pretty cool. Like, the eye makeup, the little halo eye, the smokiness is really good. I feel like it was really easy to blend these dark colors together. I was kind of expecting it, you know, some dark colors don't want to blend, and there's hair in my mouth constantly. I think these blended out very nicely, so the dark colors I definitely like. Now let's move on to look number 3. Alright, so look number 3, and we're finally going to use the purple shade since I've been really putting off using the purple shade. I'm going to go ahead and set my primer now with Titan. Alright, so now we're going to dip into Area 51, which is the purple, and I'm going to buff it all over the crease and the outer portion of the eye. Alright, so I'm tired of blending this purple eyeshadow out, so I'm just going to cut the crease now. And I'm going to fold my hooded lid and look back up, and that's how much I'm going to cut out. I'm going to clean this up, but that line it made when I folded my lid is where I'm going to cut the crease. So for the first portion of the cutout area, I'm going to use Pluto, which is this pretty shimmering silvery white color. Also, I'm fully aware these look kind of crappy right now, but we will clean it up later. I just want to go ahead and set the concealer for it creases. And I'm going to use Interstellar, which is like the champagne-y silver color, for the rest of the lid. So now I'm going to go with the same blending brush and add more Area 51, which is the purple, and then I'm going with the tapered blending brush and kind of clean up the cut of the crease. That makes sense? I'm definitely focusing more of the purple right on the very, very outer corner, just so it blends together pretty well. Or at least as well as I'm willing to blend it. So I want this really buffed and blended out. Since my hood usually eats up everything that I cut anyways, it usually blends together, the colors. So I'm going to make sure that's blended together at least halfway decently. And now I'm going to move on to the lower lash line, because honestly, I'm tired of dealing with purple eyeshadow. But I'm going to use the color Gravity for the lower lash line, which is this kind of like transition shade. Alright, so I'm going to go out on mascara and lashes, and I'll be right back to show you the finished third look. Alright, so next up is the lipstick, and this is Jeffree Who. Alright guys, so this is look number 3 using the Alien palette, and I don't mind it too much. I'm not really used to purple eyeshadow on me because I have purple hair already, but I definitely do like the Jeffree Who lipstick. It looks exactly like Calabasas, but since I'm kind of running low on Calabasas, I use it a lot. I'm okay with it being the same color. Like, I'm still going to use the crap out of Jeffree Who. So let's go ahead and get into the review part of this video, which I'm sure you guys are ready for. Alright, so the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Alien palette. Let's go over my thoughts now that you've seen both skin tone swatches and 3 looks, and if you watched yesterday's video, I guess you've seen 4 looks. I've been busy the last 24 hours. I'm honestly really surprised I got any sleep at all after editing 4 makeup tutorials in a day. Let's talk about the palette. I like the packaging. I'm not the biggest fan in the world of the 3D eyes. Like, I think it's a good touch, and I like that you can kind of, like, squish them. But just laying other palettes on top of it's going to be a little bit weird, so this is going to be on top of wherever you store it. The shape is pretty weird to store, too, but since I have some other, like, really weird shaped palettes, it's not going to be that big of an issue with me, essentially, especially since it's so thin. But it's not, like, paper thin. I think the alien shape is pretty cool. However, this happens a lot whenever I lay it down. Like, it slides around, but it's only because there's only this one thing holding it together. That's just a critique on the packaging. Like, maybe the alien shape wasn't ideal for, like, people who have a lot of stuff and just gonna store like this. Let's talk about the colors of the palette itself. I like the color story. I know some people didn't like it. I thoroughly like the color story just because I don't have anything else like it in my palette collection already. I don't have too many cool tone palettes, so having this one I feel like is pretty cool. I definitely enjoy some colors more than others just because of personal preference. All these shadows perform very well. The only one that I wasn't like completely sold on was Phone Home. It just appeared darker on my eyes than I was really expecting it to. Other than that, though, the rest of the colors are really pretty. My two favorite shades, like the shimmer formula out of these two, is Space Cowboy and Probe. Like, you can, let's just touch it. Like, these are so beautiful. And just to prove that, like, my swatches are real, like, it just goes on forever. And that was just, like, touching the palette. It's so freaking nice. Like, these, whoop, spread out so nicely. It just goes on forever. It's just a really nice formula for the shimmery metallic shades. The mattes are very good too. They blend together really well. I think the gray and the purple shade in here did take more blending than the other ones, but that's just a little normal thing. Like, the lighter shades in the palette blended themselves out, was very nice. They're very soft and not too powdery. There is some kickback in the pans with some of the matte shades. However, it's nothing like tremendously bad or anything. The formula is just absolutely fantastic. I definitely think since, like, let's say Blood Sugar and Thirsty and this palette, the formula has improved. Like, previously, his Androgyny and Beauty Healer palette were still good palettes, but this formula is a lot better. So if you haven't tried one of his newer palettes, I definitely suggest getting the one that, like, calls to you. If you want help deciding which Jeffree Star palette is best for you, I did do a video on that, so I'll leave it linked up top in the description box for you if you want to decide, like, which palette should you get. Maybe that'll be helpful. Overall, I just really thoroughly enjoyed this palette. Like, normally, well, my eyes are tired. My skin is breaking out from all my makeup, but normally if I had to do a 3 looks 1 palette and I put it in the time crunch for one day, and since I've done 4 now in one day, I would be like so overlooking at the same color scheme. But I feel like there was a lot of variety in this palette. Like, I like the colors of the greens and stuff and the grays a lot more than I thought I would. So I'm still, like, gonna use this palette probably for the rest of the week. I like it. I don't know, it's a really good formula. If you like the color story, definitely worth picking up when it's back in stock. I'll leave the links down below if you want to check and see if it's in stock now. I'll do that for you. Now talking about the 3 liquid lipsticks, Jeffree Who, Scandal, and Karma. Karma, the green, did take like a second layer, just kind of finessing when it started to dry down, because you can kind of see like the red coming through the center of my lips. Other than that though, very opaque, very pretty formula, dried down matte. I really like the green actually. Like, it's kind of weird. It's kind of like a poopy green, but it's also kind of fun, so I'll probably wear this a lot. Jeffree Who is my favorite just because I definitely love Calabasas. If you have Calabasas and you're like, oh, I really want to get Jeffree Who, but you can't afford it, don't worry about it. It is the exact same color. And then Scandal, I like, but it's a lot more pink than I was expecting. Like, even looking in the tube, you can tell like it's a pink, but it looks more purpley. I know it could be the glitter reflex in here kind of throwing me off, and the picture, like, on his website looks more purpley. It just looks really pink on me, so I'm not sure about that. But if you do, like, touch it, glitter does come out, so it's a little bit of a unique formula, but Jeffree Who is definitely my favorite just because it's so wearable all the time. But I love Calabasas too, so I think that's my influence with that. Anyways, you guys, let me know which of the 3 looks, I'll leave a poll up, was your favorite. Mine was definitely look number 2. I thought I looked really cool looking with like dark hair and like dark eye makeup and a weird green lipstick. And since I'm not used to doing dark eyeshadow, I don't know, I think I pulled it off. I was kind of proud of myself. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you appreciate all the work I put into this video, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And I have some editing to do, so I will see you guys later. Bye.